Welcome, we're doing several to Hands Up Who Loves a Train Set Behind the Scenes episode 3. So I just wanted to show some sets that have arrived this week. So on the top we've got an East German clockwork, which is plastic and tin plate construction. It's, I think, a roughly 22mm plastic track. I don't know what the scale is. It's I don't think it's S scale. I think it's bigger than that because it's kind of narrow gauge, but it's quite charming, and I think the box art's really nice. Then we've got this one, which is the Triang, an early Triang clockwork set with the early tank loco with the controls. It's in particularly good condition. It's the only one I've had to bid more than once on, and I stuck a bid on it, got outbid, and then I thought, oh, I'll just increase it a little bit, and I went to the pub and it came back and I'd won that one. This one is I've never had a Thomas set, so I've got one to review. This is one of the early ones, which is quite nice. I think it's, you know, like the very early ones that came out in the mid 80s. I think this one's kind of like a bit later than that, but it's got the 060 E2 base Thomas, which is one of the earlier ones, but they did kind of issue quite a few different ones of those, so according to my research. Now got this thing, which I bought, it was incomplete. It's a 1980 Hornby set, but because I've bought so many boxes of bits over the years, the set is complete now because it was missing the controller, but I had one of that type. I've got the power clips, and it was missing one straight. But as it so happens, I got a load of Austrian-made straights in the Thomas set that were extra, so we can easily complete that set. And then at the bottom we've got one of these lovely Triang Railways Remembered sets that I bought. I was watching it, the seller made me an offer, I ummed and ahed, and then it said some other people were watching and they had it in their basket, so I thought, I'll tell you what, I'll give them, the offer lasts for 3 days or something, so I'll give them, if somebody else wants to buy it for that amazing price, I'll give them 24 hours or maybe even 36 hours, I think it was, and if it's still not been sold, I'll have that. So I bought it. So there we are, I've got those 5, and on top of that I've still got my Lima N-gauge. So it's been very hot in here, so I haven't done much, but that N-gauge track is going to be pinned to a temporary board made of hardboard, so hopefully we'll get that running enough to do an episode on it. And then I've also got the 2 larger sets. I've got the Triang set with the Continental loco with the observation car and 3 coaches and a bigger radius track, and I've got the it's working, the Mahano Technica set, which is actually it's after that, it's a Mahano set, so it's a Slovenian one, and it's yeah, it all works, but it does need, it's got you know, like a thing that raises the track up, so you get a bridge at one side, and it needs a bigger radius than will fit on here, so I will be doing that. It's just going to either be out on the patio or probably on the parquet floor, but of course it's so hot that that'll just, next week it's going to cool down, so I might, if it cools down a little bit in here, I might do this one tonight, but we'll see. And then I think I've got another Trix twin, and I was gonna another Trix twin cadet, but I've already done one of those. It's pretty much the same. I just bought it to try and at some point I want to try running the 2 on the 3 rail. And the other one, I think, is the Trix twin with the Bakelite track, and that's very interesting, but those locomotives are very old. I think one of them might even be pre-war, and they're not in very good condition, and they have a similar thing to the Märklin ones where you send a pulse and it reverses it, whereas the Mechlin ones, they have a little relay that does something and changes the direction. On these ones, they kind of rotate a shaft, and it's a kind of got keyed contacts on it, and that, depending on the rotation of that shaft, that will change the polarity of the motor. So getting that, I mean, they're running forwards and they will reverse, but sometimes you have to manually spin that, and the track needs clean. It's really old Bakelite track, so that will get done and it will fit on this desk here, but it's just taken a lot longer than I thought it was going to. So that one's still outstanding. So we've got at least oh, and I've got I've got another tin plate episode of various stuff to show, but I had some trouble getting the shunting, the Hungarian shunting. I think it's the Tolato Mozdony one, and I've actually bought another one which is arriving next week, because a lot of old tin plate stuff, once the tabs on them get bent out of shape, you can adjust them, and I spent ages trying to carefully adjust it and get it to work, and it just keeps kind of uncoupling or not working, or so I thought I would try another one. So there's at least and then I've got the loader train set, and also the Rocky Mountain train tin litho set. So between them, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus those 5. So yeah, that's another 13 episodes, which should take us up to most of the way to episode 70. So that'll all be coming out soon, but while it's this hot in here, it might not get recorded. So hang in for those if you like train sets. You can see there's quite a lot. I think this one's going to be particularly interesting, as I'm quite interested to see this one. This one, I've done sets like this, and this one's a good one. And there's some other good ones as well. They're all pretty interesting, really. I've already serviced the loco in this and this, and tested this and tested this, and they're all running. So and the good thing about Clockwork is that you don't have to clean the track. So I'll probably start with those. Yeah, so there we go. And look out for those coming up in the next week. We're going to have quite a few episodes.